Welcome to another Colin Crandall UFC breakdown show. Tonight, we are going to be talking about UFC Fight Night 231 from Sao Paulo, Brazil, as the great Lenny Hart would say. And I'm here with my nephew, Trevor Carnes, and we're going to break down right three of the fights, but one of the fights we were going to talk about got canceled, so we're going to break down two of the fights on the main card. The one fight we were going to break down is the veteran Vince Pichel against the new up-and-comer Ismail Bonfim. Pichel came in at 157, 1 pound over the 156 limit. Bonfim came in at 159 and a half, and they were both going to be fined. And then the Pichel camp said, "No, we're not doing this." And Pichel put out word that he just felt that Bonfim, the 27-year-old, had the time. They were going to give him a couple hours to finish cutting weight, and his team said no. And so basically Pichel said, if you're not going to try, and then I, trained myself to make the weight, then we're not fighting. And I understand that. And so maybe he was trying to teach Bonfim a lesson to be more professional, and maybe he will have, maybe we won't. We'll only know in the future. But that fight is unfortunately off. So we're going to talk about two fights here, and that is going to be the Armen Petrosyan against Adolfo Vieira. And then the main event, Derek, the Black Beast Lewis against the red hot Brazilian Jai Hilton Alameda. You know what's interesting? There's a lot of, there's always a bunch of people, whenever the UFC goes out of the country, that actually end up fighting from that country. So I think on this UFC card, how many Brazilians are there going to be on this card? It looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That fight's off. So it looks like it's going to be like 6 or 7 Brazilian fighters, and they're always so tough. There's a good chance they can win every fight. But let's jump into one of them right now. We have the former Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu world champion, Adolfo Vieira. He's a badass fighter. Going up against the Armenian striker, Armen Petrosyan. This one's very interesting. Vieira is 34 years old. Armen Petrosyan is 32 years old. They both have identical records, 9 wins, 2 losses. They're both finishers. Vieira is 4-2 in the UFC. Petrosyan is 3-1 in the UFC. So they got winning records in the UFC. The odds makers have this one as a pickup. That means they don't know who's going to win. It could be either side. I really like both fighters. I've always liked both of these guys. I usually believe in them winning and cheer for them. And if there's any small betting to do, put them on both guys. But now they're going against each other. So what do we do? I think it's obvious Petrosyan is going to try to keep the fight on the feet. He's the better striker, but he's never been submitted. And Vieira usually will submit the opponents he beats, although he's had a couple of decisions. But I think that Petrosyan, being that he's never been submitted and is a taller, rangier fighter, lengthier fighter, the better reach here. And the fact that he's just a better striker, I'm feeling he could get a points victory over Vieira. What do you think?
Yeah.
Are you excited about this one?
Oh, yeah.
So it's kind of an old school striker versus grappler match. So what do you think?
Is.
What's your play on this one? You with me, or are you going to go against me?
Oh, boy, I don't know.
You can think about it for a minute. I know it's still tough to say. I know that you usually maybe favor the grapplers a little bit more, so I wouldn't be surprised if you're going to go against me on this one. But try to think of it. I know you tend to make notes too. I mean, it's an old school striker grappler matchup. I'm just saying, normally you favor the grappler on this one, but
yeah.
What do you think? What's the verdict? I have a feeling you're going to go against me on this one. I don't know why, but what do you think?
Well, do we still have Lewis part of it?
Yeah, but that's the next fight. This is Vieira versus Petrosyan.
Oh.
Old school striker versus grappler matchup.
Ah, God. I'm gonna have to go with old school.
But it is old school. It's an old school striker grappler matchup.
Yeah.
You're going to go against me on this one with the grappler, or are you going to go with me on this one with the striker?
I'm going with you on the striker.
Are you? Okay, that's a twist. I was pretty positive you were going to say you're going against me on this one and believe that Vieira is going to win, but no problem at all. You're going with me. Okay. Finally, we have the main event, the Black Beast, Derek Lewis, going up against the red hot Brazilian submission expert, Jailton Almeida. Brazilian is the younger man at 32 years old. The Black Beast is 38 years old. He's definitely the man with the more UFC experience. We all know that. He's the bigger man as far as weight, coming in 29 pounds heavier here. Although at 255, that's a slim down Black Beast, isn't it?
Yeah.
But anyway, it seems to me, I mean, I'd love to see him win by knockout. And, but I'll tell you what, you know what? I'm going to throw it to you first. What do you think of this one, Trevor? The Black Beast versus Jailton Almeida.
Oh, well, Derek Lewis is gonna kick ass.
Is he?
Yeah.
Tell me.
Well, he's the Black Beast, so
That he
what
is.
else is there?
That is true.
I mean, he could knock anybody down with his tough power that
knock anybody out. Yeah, he definitely could. I mean, he's going up against a man who's like on a 7-fight win streak and is a big favorite here. But you're going to go for the upset with Lewis?
Yep.
Nice. All right, I'll take it. I hate to go against you, but I'm going against you on this one. I think that and I love it for you to be right. I really would. I'd love to see the Black Beast with one of his classic knockouts, and you know what? It wouldn't shock me. It wouldn't shock me at all. But I do think he'd have to fight a perfect fight. He'd have to make no mistakes. He'd have to not allow any takedowns, and we know his takedown defense isn't the very best. But he is really big and strong on the ground. If he gets put on his back, if he can get up quick and throw Almeida off him, then it's possible. Yeah. But in all honesty, I just feel that I've got to go with Almeida here for the win. There's value in the Beast though. As an underdog, I think 3 or 4 to 1. There's definitely value, and I hope you're right. All I can say is I hope you're right on this one. Your pick surprised me a little bit, but let's go with it. And I like it. You're always good for a surprise. So let's recap on these two fights. We are with each other on both picks. Oh, no, we're not. Well, no, we're not. What am I saying? We are with each other on Arman Petrosian, and we both got the striker. My nephew here, Trevor, I thought was going to go with the grappler, but he didn't. So we're both with Arman Petrosian. The Black Beast, my nephew Trevor, is going out on a limb and putting his faith in the old Black Beast to catch the Brazilian with some of that incredible power and possibly knock him out and beat him. Probably the only way Lewis wins is by knockout. Wouldn't you agree, Trevor?
Hell yeah, Derek Lewis for the win, baby.
I love it. By KO, I can see it. I hope you're right, but I'm against you on that one. So we're with each other. Arman Petrosian beating Rodolfo Vieira. We're against each other with the Black Beast, with my nephew putting the faith in the fan favorite, Derek the Black Beast Lewis, beating the Brazilian in Brazil. That means you think he's going to skin the lion in the lion's own den. And let's hope so. Nothing against Almeida, but love to see Black Beast do it. That's going to be it for us right now. Trevor, let people know where they can find you.
Yep, you guys can go ahead and subscribe to me on YouTube at Trevor Force Adventures and Mega Squad Trevor, both my real fanning and gaming channel. And you guys can go ahead and follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Mega Squad Trevor. That I'm still trying to.
Facebook. Don't forget Facebook.
And Facebook too at Trevor Carnes. You guys can friend me over there, follow me, all that good stuff.
Fantastic. Absolutely.
Pretty much. Yeah, I post pretty much all the time over there. It depends.
Absolutely. He is posting great gaming content, and he's definitely getting caught up on MMA. So Gotta appreciate Trevor. Always appreciate my nephew. He's amazing. And you can see
Yep.
in the background, I think we're in Area 51. We're, I think, in Roswell, New
Oh
Mexico,
God.
where people don't know all the mysterious stuff going on behind us. I think you can see some experiments going on right now with some of that toxic waste flying in the air, isn't it?
Mhm.
Anyway,
Depends.
hopefully it's not that. But anyway, you guys can find me, Colin Crandall MMA, Colin Crandall 33 at Colin Crandall 33 on Twitter. And then also on Facebook, Colin Crandall MMA, Instagram as well. You guys know I have tons of content for the last 7 years, tons of celebrity interviews on MMA Power Hour on the Hannibal TV. The Hannibal TV, one of the biggest combat sports stations in Canada, almost 400,000 subscribers. And just check out my file too, and you'll see MMA from London to LA with my great co-host, Mr. Callum Sanderson. And I guess that's going to be about it. You guys enjoy the fights tomorrow, starting a little bit later than usual, about an hour later than usual. I know I'll be watching. I know Trevor will be watching, and we'll come back at you next week with another maybe 3 fights, maybe even 4 fights next time. We'll see if we can pull out some really good tips. But as of right now, our best bet of these two is Armin Petrosian for the win, and then we're both hoping Black Beast, but Trevor has more faith in him than I do. We'll see what happens. But for now, that's about it. I'm Colin Crandall with my nephew, Trevor Carnes.
Oh, yeah.
And enjoy the fight. Peace.
Yep.